Hi Al, this is Kate Bortinsky, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. Most likely you're sitting there asking yourself, why would she be doing this and what's in it for her? Well, the answer is simple. Oftentimes, most local business owners are too busy running their business to learn how to improve their online marketing strategy and the benefits it would have for them and their company. And other times, the only hesitation they have to hiring someone is they don't know who's an expert and who isn't. I have found that by giving people an easy free attack plan of actual things so that they can do to impact their business for free has resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hand saying, "Hey Kate, I like you. Can you just handle this for me, please?" So if by the end of this video you like what you've seen and you're thinking, yeah, this information could really move the needle for my business, shoot me a message and we can have a deeper conversation. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan I give you and do it yourself, that works for me too. No harm, no foul. So now, let me show you the 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. So the first thing I want to go over is content. What is content? Content is how Google knows what you do and who you do it for. Content is the information that's highlighted on your website that Google is sending back to their algorithm to tell them what you should be found for. There's also content that you can't read, like images, but Google's able to read this text. So if you right-click on an image and hit Save As, you can see there's an opportunity here for us to hide some keywords behind your images. We want to make sure that this text is optimized. When we don't have enough content, specifically keyword-rich content that your customers are searching for, how would Google know to show your business for that search term? We have found that most sites ranking in the top 3 spots on Google have a minimum of 1,500 to 2,400 words on their website, and they're using the right keywords throughout their content. So I've gone ahead and pulled a word counter, and right now your site's sitting at just over 700 words. So now let's go ahead and check out your competitor, First Choice Heating and Cooling. Their website has just over 1,400 words. They're using more keyword-rich content than you are, and that's getting their website more visits than yours. So now we're going to hop over to a tool I use called Ahrefs. Anyone can use it. I pay a few $100 a month for it. Essentially, it gives me a behind-the-scenes insight of your competition and shows the keywords that they're ranking for to attract your customers. This will help me pinpoint the keywords that you should be targeting as well. So when I ran a quick scan on First Choice Heating and Cooling here, and if we go click on their keywords, we can see that it shows the exact keywords your competitor is ranking for and what your customers are searching for every month. So as you can see here, your competitor is ranking highest for all of their brand terms: First Choice Heating and Cooling, First Choice Heating and Cooling, First Choice HVAC, so all of these key branding terms. And then also Fenton Heating and Cooling with 40 searches a month. So when we go back to your site and your keywords, we can see that you're not ranking as high as they are because you're not optimized for these same terms, like Fenton Heating and Cooling. So here's what Google does think your site is related to based on your current content. Adams Mechanical with 700 searches a month between the two. Adams Furnace Co. with 100 searches a month. Adams Furnace Review with 150 searches a month. It's great that your company shows up first when someone searches for your name, but when a potential customer is looking for your services in your local city, your website is buried below the top 3 spots on Google, which means they'll likely never see your website. And ultimately, that's costing your business thousands of dollars by not being in those top positions on Google. You want to be targeting words like Fenton Heating and Cooling, Furnace Repair Fenton, AC Repair Fenton, etc. So the first thing you need to do to dominate your competition online is incorporate more keyword-rich content on your homepage, because that's what's driving your competitor's business, and it's 100% beatable if we get this done. So check this out. When we Google heating and cooling Fenton, first we'll see the Google Ads section. And here's the thing, Google Ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation or your website isn't dialed in. So just be careful not to burn your money with Google Ads until you know for sure that your website will convert. So moving to the second thing that I want to show you today, and that's citations. You're probably thinking, what's a citation and why do they matter? That's a great question. So you can see the Google Maps section, or what we refer to as the map pack here. And you can see the business's name, their address, phone number, and that's known as your NAP. This is how Google verifies and gives relevance to your local business. So a citation is your name, address, and phone number listed on sites like Yelp, the BBB, Yellow Pages, Facebook, and a couple hundred other directories. So now you might be asking, hey Kate, how do I rank in maps? So let me explain the number one thing that you can do today to push your business up the map pack. Most companies in the number one spot on Google have around 150 citations. Since you're not in the top 3 spots of the map pack, you probably have between 15 to 25 citations. And when you have more citations than your competitor, you gain more trust from Google than they do, which pushes you above them in the map pack. So now you might be thinking, well great, how do I do that? So it's really simple. I'll use sites like Whitespark or Bright Local that'll tell me exactly what directories your competitors are listed on, and from there I'll literally go down the list and get you on the same ones. But I don't stop there, because we don't want to just match them, we want to dominate them online. So if your competitor has 150 citations, we want to match them and add 100 to 200 more, so it takes them a long time to catch back up. So if you spend a little bit of time getting more citations than these top 3 businesses, we can get you placed into that top spot, and that would generate more business for you. So now let's talk about the third and final key thing that I want to cover with you today. Link juice, also referred to as backlinks. This third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So here we are. Again, we're still searching for heating and cooling Fenton. And when we scroll down past the map pack, we can see that your site isn't number 1. The top 3 businesses on Google get about 75% of the clicks, meaning that most potential customers are choosing one of the first 3 results and never making it to your listing. So the top 3 spots are where you want to be. And to get there, you need authority. So how do we get authority? Well, it all comes down to your backlinks. And a backlink is when one website links to another website online. So think of it like this. If site A links to site B, then site A is giving site B some of its link juice. Kind of like a vote of confidence, and in Google's eyes, this gives site B authority. It's kind of like a popularity contest, and the more relevant the site, the more valuable the link is. So let me give you an example. If you get a local blog or industry-related site, such as one of your suppliers like Amana, linking back to you, that's a great backlink. But if you're a heating and cooling company and you get a backlink from, say, Sagebrush linking to you, that's not so great because you don't sell tacos. So we're going to go back into Ahrefs, and we can see that you have 45 backlinks. And when we click into these backlinks and filter out the spam-related links, we can see that your website has 11 good backlinks. So now let's go back to First Choice Heating and Cooling. They have 212 backlinks, and when we click into theirs and filter out the spam links as well, we can see that they have 200 good backlinks. So these links are from stronger, more relevant sources. And by adding even just one good backlink, it can be worth more authority to Google than over 100 irrelevant backlinks. So once again, how do we get these? Well, with Ahrefs, we can see exactly which sites are linking back to them and go get those same links for your business. Getting you to the top of Google is not magic. It's just a method, and I've shown you this method today. Now, I know how tough the market is, and I know how dependent small businesses are on third-party companies like Angie's List and Home Advisor, and I know how painful it can be to pay for leads that are shared among your competitors. What I've showed you today gives you control over your leads and an actionable plan that will have clients coming straight to your door without a broker in between. So in closing, the three things that we went over today were: first, content. You need to incorporate more keyword-rich content with ideally at least 1,500 more words on your homepage than your competitor. Second, citations. You want to have between 100 to 200 citations more than your nearest competitor to beat them by a landslide. And third, link juice. You want to have more relevant sites pointing to your website to show Google that you have more authority than your competitors. And if you implement these three strategies today, you can be number one across Google as well. So what now? Well, you can either take this information that I've shared with you today and run with it on your own. I'm totally cool with that. No harm, no foul. Just send me a quick note that you watched this video and your thoughts on it. I'd really appreciate your feedback. However, if you'd rather take the faster, more efficient route and want to save yourself the time and effort in learning to implement these strategies, you can give me a call at 810-358-5645 and we can have a deeper conversation. Once again, this is Kate Bortinsky and my phone number is 810-358-5645. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful day.